Hi, everybody. Oh, look at all of you on here. I'm sorry. I think I'm about like a minute late to my own show. And that's hilarious. Oh, and I've got two glasses on my head. Anyway, oh, Bandit, he always wants up right at the last minute. I tried to get him up here with me earlier, and he wasn't having any part of it. But now I'm talking, and y'all, can y'all see his face? He's like, his eyes get real big, and he's like, "Mom, who are you talking to? We haven't been talking all afternoon." He gets so funny and worried. Um, anyway, I am so happy that you all are here, and I'm glad that y'all were chatting with each other before I got on online. And I'm just so happy to see everyone. And before we get going, I want to say thank you to my awesome mods. I don't know how many are going to be on here tonight. I see Robert and Noreen. I don't know. Gina has something going on, so I wasn't sure if she could join us. And Lori and Jim, Sandy might be with us soon. So I have so many wonderful things to share with you guys tonight. I see Pearl and Christine and Ann and Wondering Wild Woman. And anyway, it's just so good to see y'all here. And I guess Gina Beans is on here. So I've got three of my mods on here. Oh, and Lori is too. I see you now, Lori. Sorry. Anyway, thank you all very much. And Bandit, he's just so worried about his mama. He's like, I don't know what we're doing, Mama. Um, and let's see. I am going to have a lot of things to cover tonight, and I'm just so excited to have everyone on here. I am just came in from outside, and we're going to talk about how hot it is here in a little bit. But first of all, tonight I want to welcome this week's. Um, these are my new patrons this week, you guys. Look at that! Isn't that lovely? Debbie and Eddie Tennant and Vicky Brower. I'm assuming that's how you say that name. And Gypsy Survivor and Judy Rhodes. And that's awesome. And a Wondering Wild Woman, she says, "I see reminds me of Romper Room." That just cracks me up. That is hilarious, but that is kind of what it is like. So that's too funny. And baby boy, if you're going to sit up here, how often do we say that to kids? If you're going to sit up here, you have to be still. Anyway, yes, Christine gave a bunch of hand claps to my patrons. So thank you for doing that. Oh, and looky there, there's Debbie T and Eddie that I just welcomed as new patrons. Thank you guys for being on here. And so let's jump into let's talk about what is it? Did y'all hear him just yawn? He is being so funny. I'm left-handed, so I have to hold him with my right hand. And oh, you guys, I want to say hi to Buddy and Doug's Big Adventure. Doug has been through Hades in operations and all kinds of health stuff going on. And so I just want to say I'm so glad to see you on here, Doug. And I'm so glad that things are turning around for you. And us, and then Marie Smith says she loves Bandit's collar. Can y'all see his little collar? It's a bow tie. I just love he is not a foo-foo dog, and he barely lets me hold him and hug him and pet him, let alone or brush him. I mean, let alone put any kind of sweaters or something on him when he's cold. So a fancy little collar is about the best I can do for this little dog to dress him up a little bit. So today, you guys, let's talk about it is the holidays. It's like a huge holiday weekend. And so today is Juneteenth, and we'll talk about all Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But today is Juneteenth, and I just want to say happy Juneteenth. And however you are celebrating it, and this is not. I know there is so much going on in our country right now, and this has nothing to do with politics. Moderators, if anybody puts up anything political, please just delete it immediately, because this is about celebrating emancipation and all of the things that have been advances that have been made. And I'm going to tell you a little short story that I found out. I guess I should have, maybe I knew it before my brain injury, but I don't remember. Yes, I'm so happy. Oh, wait a minute. So I've got people on here that are, because I don't want, so I'm going to address something. Anne says she never said my name either, Victoria. You guys, right now I can't see how many people I have on here right now, but I have like tons of people on here and things scrolling and a dog in my lap and, consider the source. There's probably a lot of times that I'm going to miss somebody and I never mean to, and I apologize. Oh, Priola 7, thank you for that. Happy Juneteenth indeed. So I really appreciate that. Thank you. And for anybody that I miss, and especially like people that are hoping I'll give them a shout out, or people that I know, just oh. Oh, that's too funny, y'all. We're talking about Miss Sally on Romper Room. Okay, see, that's another thing. I just get like little snippets, and so I just don't want anybody to be offended, especially like Anne and Victoria and people that are on here all the time with me. And so anyway, and I appreciate you guys giving Doug a shout out over there. I can see that in the comments. But let's get back to Happy Juneteenth, and thanks again, Anne. And I wish can y'all see this little dog? Y'all can't see him for the title. But so I found out, and I mean, like I said, I guess I should have known because I'm going to put this down so y'all can see him better. There. Say hi to everybody, Bandit. Anyway, I guess I should have known, but here's what I found out, or I think I probably relearned it. So I'm going to look at my notes because I don't want to mess up. Okay, so here's the deal. So as far as Juneteenth goes, and we're saying Happy Juneteenth to everybody, I got to put that back up so people will know what I'm talking about. So anyway, Happy Juneteenth to everybody. So the Emancipation Proclamation was was signed and put into effect in our great nation in September 22nd, 1862. And you guys bear with me on this little bitty history lesson. So 1862, remember that. And so the last state, and y'all know, if y'all know me, y'all know that I'm Texan, and I'm proud to be a Texan. But sometimes, we all have things in our states that it's like, oh my gosh. Well, Texas was the last state in the Union to ratify the Emancipation Proclamation, which was effective 1862. Oh no, not Texas. They didn't come around and get with the program until 1865. And that was only because the federal government sent Union Army General Gordon Granger to Galveston and threatened invasion of Texas. And so they had to. But here's the good news about that. Texas was the first one in the United States to make Juneteenth a national holiday. And they did that because it was June 19th when General Gordon landed in Galveston, or General Granger. And so June 19th, Texas was the first state to make Juneteenth a state holiday, not a national holiday. I think I said that wrong. A state holiday. And now 49 out of 50 states celebrate Juneteenth and the Emancipation Proclamation and all advances since then. And so I'm proud of that for my state. You want down now, buddy? You want down now? Okay, get down. Go do that. Anyway, so I'm proud of my state for that, and I just wanted to share that. And of course, it's not a national holiday yet, and that reminds me of so I'm in Texas and Robertson, Wyoming today, and we'll talk more about that in a minute. But Wyoming was the first state to ratify women's vote. So there you go. You got Texas and Wyoming covered, and 49 out of 50 on making this a state holiday. And one day I hope that it is a national holiday. So happy Juneteenth. And then tomorrow, you guys, is the first day of summer. Woohoo! I'm so happy about that. Even though it is so hot here today. Look at this. I'm going to show y'all what it was here today if I can find my place again. So here's what it was for me today. Can y'all believe that? It got up to 109 already here today, and that's kind of today was supposed to be a cool day. So I'm going to talk in a little bit about why I chose the desert as my home base, and we'll talk more about that. So let me see if I can. Oh, let's do one more holiday. So happy Father's Day. And I know that I've got a lot of fathers on here. Robert Witham, of course, is a great dad. And I see that Mark's on here, Mark and Irene. And I just know there are a lot of great dads on here. And I can't scroll back and catch you all. But if you're on here, happy Father's Day. That's on Sunday, of course. And today's Juneteenth. Tomorrow's the first day of summer, and then Sunday is Father's Day. And so I thought I'd show you. This is a picture of my he was my stepfather, and I don't know if any of my family is on here tonight. My sister and my nieces and everybody are usually on here, but he was my stepfather for almost 25 years. That is the last Christmas gift that I gave him, and it's a tea kettle. He loved red, and so I gave him that tea kettle, and my sister now has it. And this is my birth father, who unfortunately he was murdered when I was 10 months old, so I never got to know him. And so fathers come in all shapes, forms, and I just want to say happy birthday. I mean, not happy birthday, happy Father's Day to everybody. And let's see, what am I missing? Um, uh, There's all kinds of dads. Oops, I hit the wrong one. Sorry. Mark says he went to the vets in 1970. No father here. You are so funny. If you guys don't know Mark and Irene, y'all need to check them out and check out their channel, Adventures with Jane. Debra VanSandt, thank you so much. And she's one of my wonderful patrons. And thanks for the history lesson. Here's your ice cream fix for the weekend. Thank you, dear heart. I shared with her last time what I got when she sent me an ice cream super chat tip. And then Lori Roar's on it is always my super chat tip. So thank you. I've got 2 tonight, and I really appreciate it. So let me see if I keep scrolling. Do y'all ever do that with your little mouse? You know, you scroll the wrong way. I just did that. Let's see. Yes, Vesta Moon says that she had a friend who sent her Father's Day card every year. She was a single mom doing both jobs, and I hear that. And oh my goodness, I got a super chat tip from Simplelife, but it is not showing up. That happened last time where somebody gave me a super chat tip and I missed it. So I'm sorry. It didn't show up on my end, and so I really appreciate my mods letting me know when I get a super chat tip that didn't show up. Thank you both, and Robert's letting me know that too. And so let me see if I can scroll the right way to catch up here. Oh, let's talk tonight. How many of you saw on my social media where I posted? Well, actually, it was this picture. I posted this picture of me and Bandit taking my first solo trip in Freebird, which is what I have named my rig. And oh my God, you guys! It took me 6 hours to run 4 errands, and then I got home, and it took me 2 more hours to set back up and do my hookups and everything. It was insane. And so I wanted to show y'all. I do all of my stuff that I can online. And look at this. That is in the lobby of Walmart. Bandito, you okay? Oh, he's down there playing with his toy and he coughed. So I do online ordering, and then I go to Walmart and they pick it up and they bring it out to me. And then I put everything up, and then what I couldn't get online, I go in, and sometimes when you order Walmart.com, they send it to the store and you have to go to their pickup counter or however their pickup service is inside and get it. So I did my online and they brought it out to me, and I put that up. Then I went into the pickup counter, and that's what that picture was, where you do at the kiosk and let them know that you're there. And then they bring that out to you. And then I had like 3 or 4 items that wasn't at either place, and I had to go through the store and get. So I did Walmart. Oh, looky there, Kar.Deez. Thank you so much. I got a super chat tip. Let's have a virtual soda pop. You got it. That would be really, really nice. Thank you so much. We'll do. I'll try. We'll see if we can do that together somehow. I appreciate that. And so I did Walmart, but it was kind of a 3-in-1 stop. So I did Walmart, and then I went and got propane. Well, actually, yeah, I went and got propane next. I'll go ahead and show y'all that because it's kind of funny. I went and got, oh, it's just hard because I keep scrolling the wrong way. Um, I went and got, then I went and got propane. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. Y'all ignore that for a minute. Oh, that's what I was going to show you. So, okay, that's not it. So I went and got propane. There we go. I went and got propane. Y'all know what that was, right? Those are my squirrel moments. But so I went and got propane, and this is a guy. I'm laughing, and he's kind of smiling because I had 2 mishaps that day. So I went to Walmart, I went and got gas, and I went to the mail, and I went and got propane. And out of all the hookups and everything I did, and I left camp at 6 o'clock that morning, you guys. I am an hour away from town, and my pickup was between 7 and 8 at Walmart. And so, but I forgot, out of everything I did and I did right, I forgot to turn my propane off. And so I got there and he was just fussed for 10 minutes at me. And then I think he felt bad. I'm trying to find so then I think he felt bad and he gave me a Shoshone propane. It's really like for preferred customers where you go in 6 times. I don't know if y'all can see those 6 tanks, but you go in 6 times, and then you get a free fill up to 22 gallons. And of course, my RV doesn't take 22 gallons, and I only got 7 gallons that day. And so anyway, I'll be getting some free propane because he had to fuss at me so badly for not turning my propane off before I drove. And here's another little mishap. Are y'all ready for this? Here's another little mishap. I'll show it to you. Hold on. Where'd it go? Are y'all ready? Okay, y'all see those drawers and that door open? And the trash can on the floor. Oh, look at you. I got to interrupt you guys and say thank you to Mary King, who gave me coffee anytime, and I appreciate that. I live on, I don't live on coffee. I can't drink coffee all day long like Robert does, but I love my specialty coffees, and so thank you very, very, very much. I don't have any vices, and that I probably have specialty coffee is my vice, so thank you. But can y'all see those drawers open and the closet door open and the trash can on its side? I had everything shut, but I forgot to latch the door because it has a special latch up at the top. And I forgot that. And so I'm driving down the road and I hear clunk, 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 bam! It's like, oopsies. So I pulled over and got it taken care of. And of course, Bandit was in his seat up front in the cab with me. But there you go. I'm being honest. And so it was a lot of stops and starts, and I had to think everything through. And it was my first time driving it by myself. And anyway, it was like it really took me 8 to 10 hours to go to town, and 2 hours of it is driving because I'm an hour out, but still, it was crazy. Kathy Stevens says live and learn, and that's right, Kathy. I'm living and learning, thank goodness. And I just love my rig. So let's see what else we got here. And so I got some suggestions from some people about uh, and Lori says that she saw some people using those slap bracelets on their steering wheel to remind them of all the things they need to do before driving away. I would need those. Well, tomorrow on Patreon, if you're a patron, you're going to see my list. And I would have to have I think it's like 30 slap bracelets, and then have to remember what each one was for. I've made my list now, and I'll try to follow it from now on. And I did my walk-arounds and everything before I left. It's just a lot. And so I'm going to be posting that on Patreon tomorrow. And if you're interested in becoming a patron, you guys, you can do it for as little as $1 a month. And I'm going to ask my patrons to look at it and let me know if they think I'm missing anything. So that's what'll be up on tomorrow. But yes, that is a great idea. When I drove my Harley, I had a special band, a special key that went in the ignition that had a lanyard on it, and I had to take it out of the ignition to put to turn my motorcycle on, to remind me if I'd put my lock on my uh, motorcycle. Because when you're walking up to it, and especially a low-lying Harley, or I guess any low-lying motorcycle, but you can't see that lock down there, and it's a good way to start up and take off and blow your chain off. So anyway, I used to have that, and there's all kinds of little reminders you can do, and that was a wonderful reminder about those slap bracelets on the thing, or you can put a tag up, or you can. I used to on Fiona, my old vintage and Class B. I the lights didn't turn off by themselves, and so I would hang something on my doorknob so that I couldn't get out until I turned my lights off. So you can always do something like that. And David Merling is saying sticky notes, and that's great, but in the temperatures I'm in, sticky notes don't stay on the steering wheel. So but I'm just going to say these are all great tips, and do whatever you need to do that works for you. And Noreen, thank you for reminding everybody to hit that thumbs up. I really appreciate that. Okay, so let me see, what do I have next? This is such fun. I love this software. Thank you for introducing it to me, Robert. Can y'all see my little bruise? I really did run into a door. Oh, and not a door, my awning. Robert, you'll appreciate that. I hung the awning low, and I ran right into it. That's what I was saying. So some people have had some ideas about uh, I'm just going to show you. So Kathy says, get a little car and then leave it parked in your site when you go and on your trips. And yes, that would work. I've already checked with the RV park, and they don't mind if you leave a vehicle behind. But you guys, I'm going to talk in a minute about how I got this rig, because I've had a lot of people asking, and so we'll talk about that in a minute. But that is just not financially feasible, like anytime in the near future. But I have hit 10,000 on my channel, so you never know. And if you're on here tonight and you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe and hit that button and that bell, so that you get notified when I put up new videos. And then RVing, keeping it. Oh, look at you. Lori Smith gave me a super chat. $50 for slap bracelets or whatever. I would need $50 worth of slap bracelets, Lori, to remind me of everything I need to do. That is so awesome. Thank you. And I'm going to show y'all some things tonight that I've gotten with some of the super chat tips from last time. But RV, keep it rolling, says the gas will kill me running around town. I got 9 miles to the gallon this time, you guys. And for an old RV, that is fantastic. I've been having mechanical work done on her, and I've been putting treatments in the gas tank, and I changed out to super premium gas and everything. And so she is doing really good. And somebody else recommending doing a car, but not until I get this RV paid off. Well, thank you for the financial advice. Let me see, where am I at? I lost my little track on that. It just keeps bouncing down, and I don't know why. Oh, and then someone suggested, Laughing Blue Sue says I should get a trike like my friend Rusty 78609. And again, oh my God, they make these trikes now. And like Rusty has, and they also make them where they have fat tires now. And I'm so excited that one day I might do that. And somebody else, and I couldn't find the comment, so I don't know who said it, and I apologize for that. But somebody else said that maybe get a golf cart. Well, I'm 70 plus miles away from the nearest town, so a golf cart wouldn't work. And plus, they're usually not street legal, so that really wouldn't work. And then a Kibble Mom let's see, can y'all see that? Kibble Mom says she loves my new home. Thank you, so do I. And she was wondering about Robert's old gray, if I could use it to get to town. And no, until he gets back and either gets it fixed or decides what he wants to do with it, it's not dependable enough for me to drive 70 miles or 70 plus miles one way. But what I can do in Old Gray, you guys, and this is so cool. Let me see if I've got some comments to catch up on. Um, I got to show y'all something. Kar.Deez says she named her van Freebird. That's awesomeness. We can all be Freebirds. I love it. Um, and yeah, so a bunch of you are saying that you want those trikes too. And so what I do use Old Gray for is Robert has an air conditioning in Old Gray, and so they're coming. They've already made 2 trips out on the engine, and the RV repair guy for the body for the home part of the RV has been out, and they're each going to be making several more trips out here over the summer. And with it being like in the triple digits, but Bandit and I get to go hang out in Old Gray in air conditioning while they do all that work. So how cool is that, Robert? Thank you so much for leaving Old Gray behind so that we can have air conditioning while all the work gets done on Freebird. Thank you. And so, speaking of Robert, one of my topics tonight is Robert and Fancy Free. Robert left, and where has Fancy Free been, and where is she now? And so, let's talk about that for a little bit. Let's see. Here is a picture of Robert, you guys. He just sent me, I think it was even yesterday. That's him out hiking in the Bighorn Mountains. And isn't that a lovely picture? I don't know if y'all can see Fancy Free. She's right above his left hand that is holding his beautiful walking stick that his son made him. So that's Robert that and hiking. Actually, Robert says, "Hey, I recognize that guy." And Christine says, "Can we clone Robert?" That's one reason I'm giving him a shout out, and I'll come back to that later because so many people have been just really appreciating Robert and what all that he has been doing, and I'm so grateful for that because Robert, you just helped me out so much. Let me see where I was. That was Robert hiking. But you guys, I'm going to show you a short little 8-second video of what happened to Robert today. Hang on. Yeah, he'll be sharing more about that, I'm sure. So I was a little bit jealous of him being able to go out hiking and look at those big horns, and he's been showing me such wonderful photos. But then it's like, okay, I feel bad now, but I want to. Would y'all like to see a video clip he sent me of? Well, first of all, let me show you something else. I want to come back to people keep telling me I'm not alone because I did that goodbye video about Robert leaving and everything. And I know that I'm not alone. In fact, you guys, check this out. This is me and Robert on a date night. I think last night or the night before. But can y'all see? Wait, can y'all see Robert up there? That's us doing a FaceTime date night. And I'm going to share with you a video that he showed me while we were doing our date night. And you guys, it's about 3 minutes long. And so let me know if you like this and if you like me showing like little bitty short videos during the live chat. So here you go. Hope you enjoy this one too. This is Robert sharing with me his trip. Wasn't that great, you guys? I appreciate all of the shout outs that y'all are giving Robert. And Joyce Selby asked what state was that in, and I should have said that up front. That was Nevada. And Robert is being very kind about the windshield because he inherited a busted up windshield. Trust me. And I want to show you, this is Elizabeth, my niece. Elizabeth, earlier I put up a picture of Dad, and I didn't know if any of you guys were on here or not. But anyway, thanks Robert for sharing that with us. And if you guys enjoyed that, I've got another short one I might share later. Just let me know, and I and I will I'll be happy to do that. And Elizabeth, that's Robert saying hi to you as well, sweetheart. Let me see now. Where am I? I got reclipped when I watched those videos that Robert made. He does such a good job. And oh, I'm not alone. So I had people saying, you know, I made that goodbye video about Robert and Fancy Free and everything, and clearly with me doing a date night and everything, I'm not alone, and I'm going to share more about that. But Carrie Joe says, Deborah, you're not alone. We all had plans canceled. We've all self quarantined. We all continue to have our plans delayed and canceled. You're not alone. And she gave the peace sign. Well, I never intended that me saying that I was alone now with Robert leaving. I never meant that I was alone, and I've had other wonderful people saying that that I've got all these wonderful viewers and people in my life and everything, and that I shouldn't be saying I'm alone. Well, I have my faith in addition to all of my family and friends. And so I didn't mean it like I'm alone, and I didn't mean talking about the pandemic that upset my 2020 epic road trip and everything to sound like I think it's only me that is going through adjustments. And again, I'm sorry about the glare on my glasses, you guys. I'm going to have to put that on my wish list to get glasses that don't glare. But anyway, I just didn't want anybody to think that I really feel alone, and I know that I'm blessed, and so I just wanted to clarify that. And that leads me to I'm not alone because I have this rig. Look at this rig. And part of me not being alone, I got this rig because I'm not alone, and I have wonderful friends like Gina and Jeff. And somebody asked, let's talk about how I got my new rig, and let's talk about how I got my new rig in my home base, because that's what I want to discuss next. And we'll go from there. But I want to say that, for example, here, oh, I can't read the name. I'm sorry. It's a very long name, and I can't read it. But she wanted to know if I had a video about my home base, and she thinks that she missed it. And if one of my mods can put up that link to it's the video about the auction property. And I actually retitled it based on this question. It's now called My New Home Base and Why Not to Buy Auction Property, or something like that. But that's where I introduced how I came to get this home base. And so I appreciated that question because it made me realize that nobody knew that video is also about my home base. And and then so and then Carol Gaffney wants to know. She says she's watched me for over a year now and is very proud of me and wants to know how I got my new rig. And she must have missed that. And again, that was part of that property tax video, but I don't think I've ever really said. And so I'm going to make it part of this segment tonight in talking about how did I get my new rig and my home base. And I'll just cover it very short, very succinct. Oh, I keep hitting the wrong buttons. So how did I get my new rig? And I appreciate people that ask like that instead of trolls or somebody that's like this one, Linda Forrester. You've been spending a lot of money, and how did you get so lucky and all of that. Well, I have shared, and everybody else was very nice with their questions, and so I really appreciate it. And I believe that since I lived in a van, and I've shared that I'm on disability, and I've shared about how I make money or live on 600 to 700 a month after my trustee pays bills. I think these are legitimate questions, and I'm just going to say, and I've already said this publicly, but I'm happy to say it again because I'm not alone and I have a lot of blessings in my life. Gina and Jeff sold me Fancy Free after they acquired her from Tiki, and they made me a deal I couldn't refuse because they're good friends and they're good people and they're earth angels. And so they worked out with my trustee and I came up with a budget that I thought I could handle, and they said yes. And so that's the bottom line of how I came to get Fancy Free. But what's behind that is COVID-19. You guys, when I got that self-isolation and being all of the trouble that the nomads are having finding camping and everything, and being stranded somewhere that not that I didn't want to be, because I love my friends Chuck and Letty and they were so good to me, but all of that, it was unnerving. And then plus with my health and so many scares of having to go into assisted living and everything, I just needed somewhere where when I'm not doing well, or when we have a global pandemic, or when something's going on, I needed a place to land, and I knew that. And so I began the search as I came west, and I would stop each night. I began thinking about that and praying about that, and then this place opened. Robert found this place, and he did a video about RV parks in Pahrump because he was looking for me, and I love it, and so that's how that came to be. And so I got here to this RV park, and I'll make this short. I got here to this RV park, and I was in Fancy Free. And I realized she has served me so well and has been a beautiful van. And I'm glad that Robert has her now. And I needed something more expansive. And so I asked David, my trustee, and I had secured a loan or the promise of a loan to buy property, which is why that property tax auction video came up. But and I asked him if he thought it would be okay if I asked the person that was making me that loan if I bought a used trailer or something instead. I wanted to be able to stand up. I wanted to be able to shower. I wanted to be able to cook and all of those things. And he was like, absolutely, ask. It doesn't hurt. And so I asked, and the person making me the loan, I'm going to cry, was like, that money, God told me to give you that loan, and you're going to be paying it back, and it's your money to spend on whatever you want. And we have since had many phone calls, and she's walked with me every step of this journey. And so then I let Gina and Jeff know what my plans are, and then realized that they might be selling. And then David and I came up with a budget, and they said yes. And it was like dominoes just kept rolling and falling, and in a graceful, beautiful way. And my life went from I have no idea what I'm going to do when I left Alabama to heading west to getting here and landing. And within a week, my life turned around and I was able to have a home base and watch that video if you want to know how that came about. And I was able to have this RV. And so I realized I had never really shared that. And so I wanted to share that tonight, and I appreciate being asked. So that's how I know when I've missed something and how to share things with you guys. And I really appreciate that. And I know that it appears I've been buying a lot of stuff from the shed and everything. In fact, I'm going to show you. And I appreciate everything that you guys are saying on here. And oh, and I see some other friends popping up on here. I see Chuck and Letty, Pat in the Hat, a lot of people. And yes, Brenda says it's an evolution from a tent in Texas in summer to Freebird. It's an evolution of my TBI journey with the blessing of Aricept. And so I appreciate that so much, and I'm so blessed that some days I just really honestly cannot believe it. And I've had a lot of people say, well, I deserve it. Well, I got to tell you, I don't know that I want what I deserve in life. I love the person that I am now, but even that was a journey, and so all I can say is I'm just very, very, very grateful. Oh, and looky there, dear Gina that sold me the RV says you deserve it, Deborah. That is so kind. I love you, girl. And I want to clarify something else. Lori says I don't need to justify or explain, and that is not at all what I am doing. I promise. I am not saying anything I'm saying because I'm justifying it or explaining it. I want people to understand this journey that I have been on and what a blessing it has been, and how blessed I am, and that even when it, no matter what life is throwing at you, if you hang in there, you just keep on keeping on, you never know when it's going to turn around. So I do not offer my story as an explanation or a justification or to answer any of the trolls. I am offering it as hopefully anybody that is stuck and feels like they're at the end of their rope and in a dark place, that if you just hang on, it'll change. I promise it will. And there's so many of us on here tonight. I'm looking at all the names over here in the comment section, and I know so many of you that have similar stories, and I appreciate you. And thank you all for the beautiful things that you are saying. That means the world to me. Let's see, what else is next? Oh, this is kind of funny. So, JK says you're not a year-round resident. That's a lot of stuff. That's true. And I see somebody. Let's see. Somebody else says, "Oh, I love this one too. Let me get this one so I can read it because it's low, so I can't read it." Susie says, and I love this, so I'm going to read it to you guys. I think you have one of the best sites in the park, and I really, really do. In my humble opinion, you guys, I got the best site in the park, and that's another blessing. The manager handpicked this site for me, and it had just opened up the week before by a teacher that gave up on being rehired because of COVID, and they had it for years. And so what a blessing. Anyway, she says not too many trees, huh? Well, I have 3 trees on my campsite, you guys, and 2 huge oleander bushes, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But I have 3 trees, and nobody has 3 trees in the middle of the desert in an RV park, but I do. I just love it. Anyway, she says she'd need trees, and she loves her shed too. And she says thank you to Robert again for helping out a lot with the shelving and etc. She says you really are a handy fellow to have around, and he really is. I'm really blessed by Robert, and we'll come back to that in just a little bit. So let me see if I can catch up. So Dewdrop In is heading out, and she says, Coco, Deborah, good night. Good night. And oh yeah, and Gina says she has shade. I have shade in the middle of the desert. It's crazy. And with Peter and Kodiak says, bring in my own potted palm trees. I could do that, but I really have nowhere to put them. I'm doing a little bit of landscaping. I can only get out a couple of hours in the morning because of the heat. But I'm not landscaping as in buying things, but like moving making beds around the trees and everything that are already here. So let's see. Uh, Pearl says she loved the explanation, simple and to the point. Thank you so much, Pearl. Love you, girl. All right, so let me. Oh, actually, you know what's up next? Well, of course, y'all don't. Sometimes I barely know what's up next. But Debra VanSandt says she's sitting in Michigan, surrounded by trees, so she's giggling. Yeah, hey, not so much here. Um, and Rob, oh hi Rob, everybody. This is my friend Rob from the. We've been friends since Rob. I looked it up the other day. Since the late '80s. Can you believe that, bud? And he came to see me in when I was camped at Tonopah at Saddle Mountain, and he's on a video with me, and he is asking how does the doggy feel about the new home. And I'm going to do a Bandit update in a minute and show you guys because that is hilarious. Let me make sure that I haven't missed anything. Oh, let's do viewer questions first. Okay, here I know that I've been showing some viewer questions, but before we get to Bandit's update, let's answer some viewer questions. Oh, I'm in the wrong place. Never mind, you guys. I got out of place. Oh, that's a good moment for squirrel. Isn't that fun? I think that's such fun. Okay, let me see if I can find my place. Hold on. Um, and let's see. Debra VanSandt is asking, how are the mosquitoes in my area? Deborah, if I forget to answer that, please come back and ask me again later, okay? And there is my cousin, Michael and Cindy. And you guys, Cindy had to go to the hospital today. My sister had to go to the hospital today. So y'all hold them in prayers, please. And Brenda says you're doing great on the new software. Well, great may be a stretch, but thank you, Brenda. I just have fun with it, and I appreciate y'all's patience. And Abdul is asking what the new home looks like. If my mods could put up that tour link to the tour, I would appreciate it. And let me see where I was because I didn't think I was doing viewer questions yet. I lost my place. Y'all hold on. I can't keep looking. Oh yeah, no, it is. It's more viewer questions. That's what I wanted. And let's see. I don't mind this question at all. Some people might have a problem with it, but I don't. See you soon, Van Life. Isn't that a great name? She wants to know if how much one can expect to pay for such a spot that I'm leasing. Well, that's kind of a long question. Oh, looky there, you guys. Mark and Irene, thank you so much. Nice chat this evening. I appreciate that. I'm trying to keep all from dropping all the balls and plates. So if y'all hear thuds in the background, maybe I ought to get that sound of crashing dishes. If y'all hear thuds in the background, you'll know that it's me dropping balls. But I'm trying not to. And oh goodness, I just did it again. Squirrel. Oh, whoops. All right, let me see. The Bandit's like wondering what in the heck is going on. Oh, how much is my lot? Or how much can one expect to pay? So, most RV parks like this one and any that have these amenities, there's no pool or anything like that here. There is a laundromat. The lots are big. I have shade. Most of the lots here do not. But it's nice and level and it's maintained and really clean. It has been my experience, and please do not take this for gospel. Please go do your own homework and find out. But it has been my experience that they start anywhere from $600 to $800 a month. I am out in the middle of BFE. There's not a town for 40 miles. There is nothing here, and I love that. But on my budget, because I'm so far out, I can only afford to go to town once or twice a month. And so you got to take things like that into consideration. And there are deals to be had. I pay, and I don't want to lock the park into anything because you got to call around. But I pay $220 a month, and that is a steal. Now, will they probably go up after COVID and everything, and in off season, and when it's seasonal, probably. But anyway, I think that's a fair question because I talk a lot about my home base, and people have a right to know kind of what's available out there. Um, let's see. Let's see, Gina, if you could take your comment down, I'd appreciate it. Um, let's see. Let's see. Oh, and then somebody wants to know. I can't see these after I put them up there because they're so high. Sorry. That is from, I can't read the name, but wants to know what happens if I get broken into and about stuff being stolen. And then somebody else is asking me, Sammy C says, it's perfect, but who will keep an eye on it when I'm traveling? Well, I have, let's see, there's only one gate in, and you have to go between the manager and the assistant manager, and they're on site all the time. And I have good neighbors, and there's a sheriff that drives through every day. And so I am just really not too, and there's a fence, a high fence all the way around the whole thing. So, I'm not worried about security here. That was another reason that I chose this place instead of buying land, because as I shared on that video that Robert and I did about don't buy auction property and getting my home base, it, it the that the it, you wouldn't believe how often when you leave your house and you're out in the middle of nowhere, it gets broken into, and you would think people wouldn't go out there, but they do. And I'm in Nye County, and it has one of a high crime rate. So I am in a secure park, and I don't have to worry about those things. So let's see. Salvatore wants to know that, or says that it's great that I can have a shed. A lot of places don't allow that, and that is so true. That's another reason I love this RV park, is because you can have a shed here. I can put up a carport if I had the money to, and hopefully maybe someday I will. But and there are people here in the RV park that do that. But and then Debbie wants to know if I will have to leave the shed if I leave here. And here's the deal about that. I honestly don't know because the pro shed shop that put up my shed built it and put it up for me, and you guys can see that on that video. He said he would move it for me if need be, and the manager worked with him on where to place the shed, and so I had approval ahead of time. It's not something I did on my own. But I really don't know, and I'm not planning on leaving anytime soon because even though I'm going to travel and still boondock and everything, this is my home base, and so I'll have to let you know when that comes up. And C. Martell is saying, "Do you have power and water and internet? And is that included in my lease? Great price and security." And I'm about to come up on that, C. Martell, so I'll cover that. And Elizabeth, it would make my day, my week, my month, my year if you guys could make it out here to come see Aunt Deborah, darling. I love you. And let's see what's next. I gotta scroll back down. I don't know why this thing keeps bouncing. Um, oh, I think I messed up a while ago. Now I want to do shout outs. And I'm trying to catch up on. I'll see, Martell. If I forget to answer that, please remind me toward the end. But I think I will remember. Oh, and so now I want to give a couple of shout outs. But first, I always love knowing that we're on the World Wide Web and we've got people from all over the world. And Abdul is from India, and I just love that. I've got people that are from Australia, people that are on here from the UK. And anyway, and yes, C. Martell, we'll answer that here in a little bit, sweetheart. She's asking about hookups and everything here. All right, let me see where I am. It's so hard for me to keep track. I got to find a better way to do that. Oh, look, what's next? How cool is this? That's what's next. And my brain is so literal, I can't do things out of order. So Patricia says, "What a great place to live. Love the shade and such a perfect place to store all of my goodies. Do I have hookups?" Seymour Tell and Patricia are on the same wavelength. Okay, so I have full hookups. Um, Septic water. I pay for electricity, it hadn't been too bad. I'm trying to be very frugal. I turn my air conditioner off in the mornings as soon as I get up. One, to give the air conditioner a break because it's got to have some work done on it, and two, to cut down on electricity. And I run my battery squirrel lights and some other lights that I have, and try to really cut back on it. So I hope that answers your question about what I have. There's a laundromat on site. There's no pool or clubhouse or anything, but all my needs are met. And so she says she says she's telling me to get some solar tiki lights. And I'm not too big on outdoor lights. I enjoy stargazing. And so if I sit outside, light pollution kind of interferes with that. So I'm not big on outdoor lights. And she says, and wind chimes for the trees. And wind chimes aren't necessarily my cup of tea. But what is I have put my niece, Brenda, she gave me, oh, look, there's Cindy, you guys. She was in the hospital today and is on here tonight. And I can't wait to catch up, Cindy, and see how you're doing. I love you. And Lori Smith says I need to get a kiddie pool for Bandito. He's not a water dog. I've tried all kinds of different things, and he's just not a water dog. Oh, and then we've got Yvonne on here from Newfoundland, and she says she loves my fighting spirit. That's very kind of you. It's tenacious. I'll give you that. And there's many of us on here that are inspirations for me. And oh my goodness, I just did it again. Squirrel. I just keep. I forgot where I was. I've got to go back now and find out where I was. I don't know. Hang on. Oh, about the hookups and the birds. So my niece gave me money to do housewarming, and she wanted me to get plants. But the thing is that I am close to California, and I travel into California some to go camping and everything, and they'll confiscate your plants. You can't carry plants and different things over the California border. And so plants aren't kind of really good. And the landscaping here, I'm in the middle of the Mojave Desert, triple digit weather already. Not really. I did buy one plant, and I forgot to tell her that. So if you're watching this, my darling, I did get one plant, Brenda. But I got a lot of bird stuff, you guys, because I love birds. And I meant to show you all the pictures, and I didn't put it on here. I forgot. But I have a bird mister. I mean, a mister that sprays up into the tree, and the birds love that. I got a bird bath. I got a hummingbird feeder. I had to buy the hoses to hook all that up. And anyway, so that's what I got with her gift, housewarming gift money. And it's just, I get a dozen birds in this tree right outside my window, and I'm sitting here working. Sometimes it's hard because, like today, I had finches, wrens, a pigeon. I had a mockingbird. I had a nuthatch. And of course sparrows, but it's just been lovely. And the other day I had a roadrunner. So anyway, I love that. So I wanted to give a shout out. We're doing shout outs right now, and there's birds hopping around out there right now. We're doing shout outs right now, and I want to give a shout out to that. And then I have a couple of people that have sent me Amazon gift cards, and I want you to know that any money like that I get, I'm setting aside because I need an RV cellular signal booster. And this one is a Connect RV 65. I have a WeBoost amplifier, but it doesn't work here, and it doesn't work with the RV. And my friend Rusty 78609, he says that these work anywhere. There are different RV cellular signal boosters by WeBoost, but this particular one, and I don't know if y'all can see on the box on the back of that RV, it has a directional antenna and a pole, and it evidently really works. And so I'm saving up for that. That'll be my next big purchase. And so I'm all my gift money and my super chat tips and everything, that's what I hope for it to go to, for that, so that we can have a stronger signal, and that I can reach you guys no matter where I am and never miss a Friday Night Live. So that's my goal. Let's see, what else do we have here. Let me see if I can catch up with everybody before we go on. I don't know how I'm doing on time. It seems like I'm running over. Is everybody okay? I can see that I've gotten a couple of thumbs down. I'm sorry. I always feel really bad when people give me thumbs down because I feel like I'm doing something wrong, but I can't help it. I'm just me, and I've got 102 thumbs up, so I'm okay with that. I can't please everybody, so I hope if you oh, thank you, Robert. I see that you're saying we've been on for an hour now. So I've got a few more things I want to share with you. Oh, and 106 thumbs ups now. Thank you. And Pearl saying that we're okay on time. So thank you so much, you guys. I'm going to keep going because I got some more things I want to share with you. 111 thumbs up. Thank you. We'll just ignore the naysayers then. Let me catch up and share what I want to with you, because I've got some fun things here. Anyway, so now let's do the Bandit update. I didn't resize that. Can y'all see it okay? Bandit update. He's just such a little darling. And so somebody asked, they said, who is that? Kathy Decree. She says she loves the shed, and she wants to know if there's room in there for Bandit's outdoor mat and his bowl and his belongings. And of course, I wouldn't have anything that there wasn't room for Bandit. And that little boy, he now has more outdoor patio stuff than I think I do. Look at him. That's an above ground, I don't know, what do you call that? A mat that's got legs. And so so that he can get up off the dirt and not just be on a mat. So now he has a mat and a mat and a above ground thing, and he did not know about it at first, and I wish I'd have had my camera out, because he was just like, oh, and he'd get back off of it, and he'd go, oh, and he'd get back on it. And so as you can see now, he just loves it. So you guys, let's see. Oh, I want to show you. Y'all ready? I want to show you, and especially Chuck and Letty, if y'all are on here. He is finally playing fetch again. You guys watch this. Isn't that adorable? So that's my Bandit update, and I hope that answers your question, Rob, about how he's liking his new digs. He loves it, and he has. I take some money, and that's how from the super chat tips, and got him that bed, and I got him some outdoor toys. And Lori Smith says he's a retriever, and DKY here says Bandit is cute, and yes, he is. And Debra VanSandt says that's a dog caught. So anyway, oh, and there's another Adventures with Jane says they love their WeBoost too, and that's good to know. I know I got to get one. And Ann is saying a doggy hammock, and Peaches a cot. That's right. And Robert says an elevated dog bed. That's right too. I love it. Let me see, where are we at? Oh, I just have a few more viewer questions, and I'll run through them because I want to show y'all one more quick video that Robert shot. And when he shared these videos with me, it was because he knows that I'm here in the desert, and that I wish I could be with him, and that I wish I could be seeing all of these beautiful sights. And he says that he filmed them for me, but I asked him permission to share them with you guys. So let me just answer a few more viewer questions. Y'all stay with me because this is going to be fun. And Charles Taylor says, we love Bandit. He loves you guys too, and especially your pup, Rosie. Every time I post a comment up there, this bounces on me. So let's run through some viewer questions real fast. I'm trying to read comments too. Okay, so um, Sheila Smith says that her oven doesn't work and she uses it for storage. I use my oven that doesn't work for storage too. I put my induction cooktop in there that my friend Mary Jane gave me when I'm traveling so that it stays safe. So it's perfect for that. And then this was hilarious. Cindy says, don't let folks know I have toilet paper in my storage unit. Well, the truth is, since I only go to town once or twice a month, I try to buy just what I'm going to need for in between town trips. But yeah, it's kind of nice that I can do that. It's part of being able to stay out here so remote, and everything is having that shed. It was part of what I used to establish my home base. And then this one cracked me up. Somebody thought that my trash can was frivolous or unnecessary and in the way. Because, in the tour, I'm like, my magic trash can. I've lived for 5 years in a freaking van and I use little bitty Walmart bags or whatever I could get. It's like, hell yeah, part of establishing a home base was getting me a big old trash can so I don't have to walk to the dumpster every day. It's part of making it a home, and I love it. Oops, Bandito wants to come up, you guys. Hang on. Hi, baby. And say hi to everybody. And say hi. You can't get in my face. I can't read if you get in my face. And Cheryl wanted to know if it's a new park and if I'm still holding my meetups in October. And if one of my mods could put up my link to my website for meetups. It is not a new park. This park has been here for a very long time, and they just maintain it really well and keep it really clean. And I will not be holding my meetup in October, but if you will go to my website, I actually have that too. If you will go to my website, I thought I did. Maybe I don't. I guess I don't. I thought I had, oh, I do. There we go. If you will go to my website and go to meetups, there it is, and go to meetups, then you can track my meetups and everything, and stay up to date on that. And so let's see. I left something open. What did I leave open? Um, Lori War says that she loves my flowering bushes, which are oleanders, and the picnic table. And you guys, y'all stay tuned for the video on Monday. It's going to be about my picnic table and some other things that have come up in my neighbors. And I'm going to be showing you some of my neighbors and some of the things that I've been doing here in the park. But those flowering bushes are oleanders, and they are toxic to all animals, including humans. And my cousin Mike, that's on here tonight, he reminded me that when I trim them, because I'm going to be trimming them pretty soon, he reminded me that when I trim them, that I need to wear gloves and everything and make sure that they don't fall and everything. So those are oleanders, and y'all watch for that on Monday. Let's see. I think that's it. I'm trying to watch what and Robert beat you to it. Y'all are so good. I love my mods. I have the best mods. Let's give. Oh, I should have been doing that for all the super chat tips. That's what super chat tips. Poor Bandit. It's driving him crazy. He's like, Mom, there's something fixing to get us. I'm sorry, buddy. He's not sure about that sound. Okay, you guys, let's talk about the weekly spotlight. So the weekly spotlight this week is because he has done so much for me, as have so many, many, many people. But Robert delayed his trip to his family. He's barely making it there for Father's Day to help me out so much. And I just want to say that I love you, Robert, and I'm going to play the next video that you made for me in the travels. You not only helped me out here and delayed your travels, but you made videos for me during your travels, and I really appreciate that. So the weekly spotlight is Robert, and I'll come back and I'll answer any final questions, and we will call it a night. I see on here that my friends Steve and Beverly, oops, I hit wrong. Yeah, there we go, from Mansfield. Love your outdoor space and your awesome she shed. I love it too, Stephen Beverly. Thank you. All right, you guys. So this is Robert. Be sure to let everybody know where this is. I can't say it, so I'm going to let you type it, And it's a very short video, you guys. Let's watch it together. Wasn't that lovely? Makes me tear up. Seriously. Thank you, Robert. And I miss you. And it's all good. I have a beautiful home and a lovely homestead. And I got this little sweet pup here. And I was reading all of y'all's beautiful comments and the love that flows on these Friday Night Live. And it just warms my heart every single time. And I just really appreciate all of y'all. And I'm so glad that you join me each and every Friday night. You are my connection, and it's like you're my Coco fan. And again, if you want to join the Patreon family, I'll be putting up my list and everything tomorrow. And it is another way that I connect with everybody and stay in touch. And so, anyway, I was happy to share all of this stuff with you tonight. And I will be here next Friday. And Monday is a special video about my neighbors and my picnic table. And I don't honestly remember what Wednesday is. Watching that, watching y'all's comments got me all choked up. So I love you guys. I think that's it for tonight. I know I went way over, and I just really appreciate you being on this live chat with me and Bandit. And we will see you down the road, everybody. Love you. Bye.